Now, folks, I'd like to bring in from Walser Wealth Management, Rebecca Walser. And Rebecca, according to a Washington Post poll, 72% of unvaccinated folks said that they would actually quit their job if the jab became mandatory. Of course, you heard my conversation just now with Genevieve. These airlines are actually lowering their outlook. So what would be the economic stock market challenges if we saw more and more businesses take these really draconian steps?
Charles, it's really a dichotomy of effort here, because when we have 10 million job openings, to have an administration really asking private employers to push mandates that could further isolate some of their workers that are actually working is a big problem. And we're seeing the pushback. We're seeing, for example, in LA, firefighters and police officers joining together. We're seeing pilots resign or instead of taking this vaccine. We're seeing the same thing in New Jersey. So it's really, I think at this point, with this much time having passed, the people that are anti doing this at this time, maybe they need more data, whatever it is their reasons are, you're just going to isolate them further. They're pretty cemented, I think, in their position without additional data and long-term facts. And so these people probably likely would resign and look for employment elsewhere that wasn't so regimented. And it's going to exacerbate already the economy that has got 10 million job openings.
Yeah, and 2 million job openings in the last jobs report was only 238,000 jobs, and only 28,000 were women. So we do have some amazing issues to make it harder for someone to work or punish them financially. That's a tough road to go down. I want to stay in the economy, though, and switch to the Federal Reserve with you, because I read something really intriguing. Obviously, this week has been rife for speculation. In fact, I thought Tuesday we were going to hear President Biden had re-nominated Jerome Powell to head up the SEC. I got all these things in my head. The Federal Reserve. We're still waiting, right? We're still waiting. Yeah. So there's a piece in Bloomberg this morning that says that this is the exact moment that President Biden should remake the image of the Federal Reserve to look more like America. It's also noted that almost all the key players right now that run the Fed were appointed by President Trump, except for Lael Brainerd, who, by the way, is lobbying hard for the gig. She wants the stop job. So what if we do get a more woke Fed? What if they put Brainerd in there, they put more folks in there who think the Fed should be printing money to pay off student loans and things like that? What does that do to the economy and the stock market?
Oh, Charles, this is my worst nightmare. I am so concerned that the Fed is taking on roles beyond employment and inflation, and really sees this role as kind of quasi ways to become more socially just and, equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity, which is what we've always really driven for in America. And, the question is it the appropriate agency? Is it the appropriate body? It's really not government controlled. They're certainly not elected. They're appointed by presidents and then all of the governors, so it's just not a democratic body that represents the people that it supports the monetary policy for. And I think that's very dangerous, because we are, a republic, and we have elected representatives to represent our positions. And so, going beyond employment and inflation, Charles, is really redirecting America and becoming a country that we're not familiar with. And I think that needs to be voted on. It doesn't need to just be done by stealth.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 1,000%. This mission creep was already out of hand. And if they go any further than this, I think it would be an unmitigated disaster. Rebecca, thanks a lot. Great seeing you. Well, in the meantime, the S&P 500, in and out of record territory. The big question, though, is where's it going to go this year? We've got the main man to ask, Brian Belsky. He's with us next. Also, Gary Gensler putting crypto on notice. He's first taking aim at Coinbase. We've got those details. Talk about a constitutional challenge. And GameStop making a heck of a reversal today, folks. The stock is up 20 points from the low of the session. And by the way, not to be left out, AMC almost 10% from its intraday lows. You can't stop those meme stocks. We'll be right back.